Hi everybody, it's Jill. Few days back when we were just starting to promote our brand new Volume Mastery Online 2.0 course, we put out a social media image talking about Wookiee mistakes. It was just funny. I was listening to and watching a video from one of my gurus and mentors, and he was talking about rookie mistakes. And in my haste, I heard Wookiee, and it just made me laugh. So I thought, perfect, let's talk about Wookiee volume mistakes. And I went on a tangent. I had a great time with this, and I hope that you will too as we go along. So we're going to talk about being volume Wookiees. Rookies, when we begin to learn volume lashing, we come to volume lashing as pretty much expert classic lash extension artists, professionals, experts in our own fields, and we end up feeling like we're just got cut off at the knees, like we're just starting all over again, maybe even further away than from square one. It's very frustrating. So being a Wookiee is difficult. We asked, this was the image that I put up, I said 3 Wookiee mistakes to avoid in volume lashing. What do you think the top 3 Wookiee mistakes are? And then I'll let you know mine in a video. So here is the video. So we asked and you answered, and this is what everyone seemed to come up with, and they were all universal. Too much adhesive. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Too much adhesive. We think that we're using less and less and less adhesive. When you use adhesive in volume lashing, it's a little bit like magic. You'll be using less adhesive than ever before, but getting a stronger bond than ever before. And that takes a little bit of getting out of your own way to accomplish, of course, and it also takes quite a bit of practice then pressing the fans into place so that you can make that teeny bit of adhesive do a really big, strong job for you. Not styling the volume lashes correctly for that person's eyes, or they said face shape or age or any number of things. I love these. This is Jimmy Chewbacca shoes. But styling is very important in volume lashing because there's more lashes. We can't get away with a mistaken style. So we really have to be confident in noting the client's features. What's going to balance their beautiful facial features the best? What is going to give them a youthful, beautiful look without overpowering them? One of the worst things you could ever do for a client, and this is a Wookiee mistake, one of the worst things you could do for them is to overpower their face with too much volume. Like, it's just not sustainable. They wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning and they look at themselves and they're like, oh my God. You know, I better put on a full glam face just to catch up with my lashes. They just can't live round the clock with that poster set, that full-blown 670 lash set. So we have to be careful about styling correctly, or perhaps putting the length in the wrong place so that it creates imbalance of their already beautiful features. So we have to take all of those things into consideration. Too long. Oh yeah. When you are lashing for volume, we are concerned with shape and with volume or perceived thickness or number of lashes. That, you know, the ideal is 1,000,000 lashes, thousands of lashes, as opposed to thick, long as well. So when we did classic lashing, we talk about this all the time on our volume webinars, that the 3 things that we could control and can control anytime we do a lash set are the length, the thickness, and the curl. So we create this shaping for our client. We design this couture lash experience for them based on those 3 factors. But when we talk about volume lashing, we really want to pull back, and not just a little bit. Sometimes we're actually going to lash a millimeter shorter than some of the natural lashes. That's a very hard thing for people to do in the beginning. It took me about, even though I heard it, I did hear it. I heard my first instructor, I heard my second instructor, I heard my third instructor tell me, all of them to tell me, go shorter. You're not lengthening, even though the word is volume extensions. You're not lengthening. You're not going for length. You're going for volume. We're going for impact and shape more than anything. Too long is indeed a Wookiee mistake. You will very rarely, I would say in the real world, use longer lashes for volume lashing, longer than a 12, and I hardly ever get 12s out. And in the beginning, I was doing what I thought it was very beautiful lash sets, and I was using 13s and 14s. So I was maybe going like 10, 11, 12, 13, and maybe throwing some 14s in there as well. Way too long. My go-to sizes these days, and they are much improved volume sets after taking 5 different volume courses. My go-to sizes are 8, 9, and 10, and sometimes 11s. Yep, that's what 8 through 11, those are my go-to sizes. Too much for everyday wear. We want to go for that beautiful poster look that we see on our favorite Russian volume mentor sites, those poster sets, those award-winning competition sets, you know, 670, more than that. That's too much for everyday wear. That's a little bit like the gal who looks at herself at 6 o'clock in the morning, right, and can't compete with her lashes without just slapping on the glam makeup. If it's too much for everyday wear, then it's too much for your client to wear every day. What we want is something beautiful and sustainable that they can take from casual day-to-day living to a holiday party. So we want all of that. We just want beautiful couture, infinitely customizable lashes for them. Not realistic enough. Some people like a natural look, and because volume is infinitely customizable, we can give volume for the girl who says, I only want a natural look. I want a very natural look. It's not realistic enough for them if we put 4, 5, and 6 effects or 4, 5, and 6D lashes on their eyes. They maybe need 1, 2, and 3 effects in those thinner diameter volume lashes. Maybe that's what they perceive as that nice, beautiful, natural look. Natural is a relative term, isn't it? It's almost just like beautiful. It's in the eye of the beholder. It's the person who's using that term to describe. So we have to ask leading questions. One of my favorite when I consult with clients is to ask them, do you wear mascara every day? And then they'll let me know, yes or no. And I say, well, when you do you wear black mascara, or do you wear brown black, or do you wear brown? More often than not, they'll say black. I get a few times when they'll say brown black, or sometimes some people will say some, beautiful colors like plum mascara, something like that. And then my next question is, are you a one clean coat gal, or are you like, multiple coats and then combing through to separate and then another coat? Do you like that fiber mascara look? Are you really looking for that mega mascara look? And if they are, then that tells me what decisions I'm going to make style-wise and design-wise, so long as their natural lashes can support it. Too frustrating. I'll do my best Wookiee impression. Too frustrating. It's very, very frustrating for every lash artist when they first begin volume. It is not easy. The concept, the theory of volume lashing is very easy. It's deceptively easy, but the mastery of it, the execution of it, making volume that speaks volumes, that will just attract clientele to you like a magnet, that will keep you busy, that will allow you to raise your prices and be a star, an alpha lasher, a really hot commodity. People willing to wait for that open appointment for you. That's going to take some practice and going to take getting out of your own way a little bit. So it is frustrating at first for the rookies or the Wookiees. Oh, look at those feet. Those upper ones, that's nasty. And the bottom one's nice and neat. The bases are not neat enough. They're not tight enough, hugging that natural lash. So it's all about the base. you have to learn in your volume class, and then you have to practice. It's not only about neatness, but this is about the longevity and the retention of volume lashes, getting the bases to hug the one isolated natural lash very, very neatly, very tightly, and working closer into the lash line than we ever dared to do before as classic lash artists. We don't want to have that too much of that air in between. You know, we don't have a 1 millimeter gap between what we see as the beginning of the lash line and where the beginning of your bases will begin. 10 common Wookiee problems. Did you know there were 10 common? There's so many of them. It's the adhesive. Which adhesive is the volume adhesive? Oh God, they're difficult to pick up. Premature shedding. That's every Wookiee's, including the Star Wars Wookiee's problem. Too heavy. Improper lighting. My fans are too thin. My fans are too wide. They're so wide they split. You know, very frustrating. It takes too long. I can't get the timing so that I can do as many clients as I need to in a given workday so that I can make my bills. It's the tweezers. It's everything except for the real thing. You need to embrace the Wookiee in you. Yes, you come to your volume class as a confident, accomplished, professional lash artist, but you're in that class as a student. You are a rookie in that moment, and you need to be coachable. Whomever your instructor is, you need to allow them to give you their pearls of wisdom, their little nuggets, their little tips, their tricks, all of the things that they know to work about volume lashes. And you have to be coachable. You have to be able to absorb that information, or you may as well not have paid for the class, because then it will be very frustrating. You'll be asking your friends and colleagues on Facebook, how come I'm supposed to get better retention with volume? How come I'm not getting that retention that everyone's talking about? It comes with time. If you embrace the Wookiee and you remember what it was like when we first learned classic lashes, all those challenges we had, yeah, we're going to have some of the similar ones learning volume lashing as well. But if we're patient with ourselves and we're self-aware as we're going through this learning process and this learning curve, we can shorten that curve and the time that it takes to get from rookie to expert. Once again, we can shorten that, and we can have an abbreviated learning curve, still doing all the right moves, still going through all the right processes to get there, but a shorter journey, and that's the key. So volume instructors everywhere teach slightly different fanning methods, teach slightly different you know, keywords or cue words to do certain things. And one instructor's cue words or special techniques or the way they call or describe things might be kind of that magic, oh, they spoke to me. Yeah, I get it, finally. Oh, you mean not too much adhesive? Well, it's the same concepts, but it's just described differently. But that's why you should take multiple continuing education classes, even in skincare, even in hair, if you are a cosmetologist. You have to keep learning, because the basics are all the same. The theory is all the same. It's what you do with it, the spins that you put on those things, that makes great artists. So allow yourself to be that rookie and be coachable and continue your education as well. As you all know, we are just about to launch my very, very pet project called Volume Mastery Online 2.0. We have a fantastic deal that I have not heard of yet in our lashing industry. You know, all out there, that the continuing education for volume lashing is quite expensive. Sometimes people are flying internationally into a city to train a select group of people who signed up for the course. We're doing it online, and we're doing it now for the first time ever for very affordable monthly payments. Normally, my volume bootcamp online, it's about a 6-week live course, is $1,197. It's now $97 a month. That's 12 payments, so it ends up being $1,164 if you're very good at math or if you have a calculator handy like I do. Or you can save with a one-time full payment of $997 on Facebook. And if you have signed up for our VIP launch list, and you'll have an option to do that right here in this lead page magnet here, we will give you the hot link to the order form. After December 8th, Monday, December 8th at noon, we're closing the door for enrollment. The VIP launch is over. We will have then a wait list for people in the class, and we will relaunch again in January under different terms. So I do hope if you're interested in a volume lashing education, and if you are a licensed beauty professional who has been formally trained, that means you went through a recognized program with a recognized company to learn eyelash extensions, and you're very confident in your skills, I hope that you'll join us for Volume Mastery Online 2.0. It is completely self-paced. All the modules are there for you. You can watch them inside out and backwards if you like. You can start from where you feel it's most interesting and then go back to the beginning. Or you can be a good egg and go boom, 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 Module 1, Module 2, Module 3, Module 4, all on down the line. You will have to earn your certificate in this class. There will be homework. We call them action items. And there will be case studies that you have to turn in to get your certificate. You can do that on your own timing. We will have live monthly members-only webinars, and we'll hold the graduation ceremonies for those who did turn in their case studies at that time, celebrating their volume graduation. We'll also have special topics and special challenges and fun, inspirational ideas during those live webinars, as well as weekly live office hours. And those office hours will be held on our private Facebook group. They'll be scheduled at a regular time and place. You can just log on with your phone or your tablet, and you can ask your questions. You can always ask questions, of course, 24/7 on the Volume Mastery online learning platform forum as well. I hope to see you guys there for our class. I'm very, very excited to bring this to you. This is what I have been investing my own continuing education in, not just the lashing part of it, but the online widgets and technical things that you need to know to put a really great product together online. And I'm very proud of this, and I hope that you'll join us.